Hey everybody, Zach here from Mythos Pedals, and today we're going to talk about all of the current production Mythos Fuzz Pedals. So, first things first, we've got the Golden Fleece. The Golden Fleece is a really fun, easy to use fuzz. It's one of the best selling pedals in our lineup, and for good reason. It's really approachable, and it sounds really good with most guitar and pickup combinations. Inside, this uses a single transistor with diodes to create the fuzz. It uses a silicon and germanium diode to get a really nice compressed, bloomy attack that feels very much like all the best qualities of a classic fuzz face style circuit while not being that. It's a totally different animal. I truly love it. The pedal features a single Moore control. There's no gain control or anything internally, externally. You just have to control the level of the fuzz with your hands and your guitar's volume knob. It's a really fun, easy to use fuzz that if you've not tried fuzz yet, this is one that maybe you should give a shot because it kind of just works. It doesn't have all the quirks that a lot of fuzz pedals have. Now, if you know the Golden Fleece, then you probably know the High Road. The High Road is a pedal that I made in conjunction with one Mr. Joey Landreth. Now, Joey wanted the Golden Fleece to have a bit more of an immediate attack and kind of feel more like your iconic silicon fuzz face. So we shifted some parts around and landed on this, and it has a much more immediate, brighter attack that feels a little bit more aggressive. It kind of feels faster to play, if that makes sense, and is just a really fun variant of the Golden Fleece. Now, just like the Golden Fleece, it features a single volume control. It doesn't say more on this one, it says output, which I think is a little easier to understand, but the High Road is a pedal that we make occasionally, or if you catch the Brothers Landreth out on the road, you can usually grab one of these from the bros themselves. Love this pedal. Next up is another version of the Golden Fleece that we make exclusively for Mass Street Music. This thing is called the AU79, and Brian over there has one of the very first Golden Fleece, and he loves it. It's different than the current production. It has less gain. It's a little bit more of a blurred line between fuzz and overdrive. So he said, can we do that on the mini pedal format and make it for the shop? And so I said, sure. And he thought it'd be cool to do it with the periodic symbol for gold. And we did it in this cool kind of transparent gold powder coat. Usually we build these with through-hole parts. It has a lot of really cool little tweaks to make it, like I said, blur that line between overdrive and fuzz. It's really fun, easy to use. And the thing about this one is it stacks really well. So if you want to stack it with an overdrive or something else that has a lot more push happening where sometimes other fuzzes will fall apart, the AU79 doesn't. It works really well in front of either a really pushed amp or in front of another overdrive pedal that's really cooking. It just adds that blown out fuzz sound that you want from an iconic fuzz. Speaking of Mass Street Music, they also requested that we make them a fuzz face. So I don't really like the classic fuzz face. I feel like it has way too much bass. I feel like the fuzz lacks refinement in the control. It needs more output, all those things. So what we tried to do was take the best qualities of a silicon fuzz, because that's repeatable, and put it in this. 1347, which features probably one of the coolest powder coats. It's got an iridescent top coat that you can kind of see glowing on this thing. Features two low-gain silicon transistors. We've tweaked it so there's a little bit more play in the fuzz control. Now, being a fuzz face, there's usually not a lot of room to go. It's kind of like living up in the top range of the pot, but there is a little bit more of a sweep there. It has a lot more output, and it fixes all of those kind of shortcomings that I think the circuit has. We reduced the input cap so it plays nicer with P90s or humbucker guitars. It has enough low end and thump to take a single coil and give it that iconic fuzz face sound while being more accessible to those who don't just rely on single coil style guitars. 1347, get it at massstreetmusic.com, just like the AU79, and check it out. We're really proud of this one. We don't talk about it nearly enough. Now, moving into some more of the octave fuzzes, we've got the Argo, which you guys know and love. The Argo is based on the old prescription electronic COB, the clean octave blend, and it uses a blend circuit along with an octave fuzz circuit. Now the fuzz control, when it's all the way up, you've got all the fuzzy octave goodness that you could ever want. You can roll this back and retain the octave up sound, all while being able to blend in that fuzz circuit and the octave circuit on top of your clean signal. It also has a really great boost, so you can dump all this, use it as a really powerful booster, or get any combination thereof. It's a really useful octave fuzz circuit. And lastly, we've got the Hephaestus. The Hephaestus is based off the old Jordan boss tone circuit. Now the boss tone circuit is famous for the Spirit in the Sky fuzz sound, and it's a really cool fuzz. It's not too different from something like a fuzz face, but it's not exactly that circuit. It's two transistors slamming into each other, and when the warning knob is all the way up, it's the classic boss tone sound. It's a really fun, easy to play fuzz that just kind of wants to run away on you. But the warning knob doesn't adjust gain, it doesn't adjust volume, it adjusts voltage. And when you get it down to about 1 o'clock, you introduce a sub-octave effect. I call this the anti-octavia. It goes down instead of up. And it's really weird. It was a total happy accident when we were prototyping this thing, and we love it. As you turn the warning knob down further, it kind of makes the fuzz a little less prominent, and things get weird and interesting. But the cool thing about this circuit is it cleans up really well, and it just has riffs in it. You just keep wanting to play it. There is an internal trimmer for volume, because once you kind of find where it works with your setup, it didn't seem like it needed to have a knob on the outside, and we just really like the look of one knob mini pedals, obviously. But that's the Hephaestus. We really love this thing, and you guys really seem to enjoy it when you get your hands on it and experience hitting a note and then turning it down and hearing that octave come in. We got some honorable mentions. The positron, which we're phasing out, is our take on the classic Big Muff treble bass. Has a loud switch, which changes it from a Big Muff circuit to a Supa tone bender circuit. Really great sounding Pi variant that really never got its day in the sun. Who knows? Something might happen with it, we'll see. And lastly, we have the Positron Collider, which we usually release around Halloween. This is, of course, another Big Muff circuit, but styled more like my favorite movie from 1984. This one features a clipping switch, which changes it from silicon to LED, treble and bass control, the same volume and gain control. It also has what we call the total protonic reversal switch. You click that, then it lifts the tone stack, makes it really loud, and it also has a vent on the side that has a big LED in there, and as you turn the gain up, it flashes as you play. When the gain is set low, it's very dimly flashing. When you turn the gain up high, it's really bright and flashing. It's really just excessive, over the top, lights blink on it. It's wild, but it's kind of me in a pedal. Okay guys, now we're gonna get into the playing examples. I'm gonna run through every single one of the current production fuzzes. I try to play stuff that's the same. Forgive me if it's not exactly the same, but you can check out the overall personality of each one of these pedals. I tried to not tweak the knobs too much, except on the Hephaestus to show the octave down, and tried to show you guys how they clean up and respond to picking and dynamics and stuff like that. I'm using a Mike McCready Strat into a Neural DSP Tone King plugin. And yeah, let me know which one is your favorite. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all this stuff. It helps grow the channel, spread the good word of Mythos. I appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.